Hi everyone. There's been a lot of discussion lately about whether it's time for us in Saskatchewan to look at ending all of the remaining COVID measures and restrictions that we have in place. Well, I think it is time. That's what I am hearing, and that's what our MLAs are hearing from most of their constituents. Now, that's not because COVID has ended. It most certainly hasn't. It's because people understand it better. They understand what they need to do. They understand the risk, and they are prepared to live with that risk more than they are prepared to live with the ongoing government intrusion into their lives. Remember when this first started so very long ago? Government measures were supposed to last, I think, 2 weeks. Well, it's been 2 years. 2 years of some of the most challenging times for this province and, quite frankly, some of the most challenging times that this world has seen. But as we move through all of those challenges, we learned more about this virus, and we learned more about how we can protect ourselves. We learn to assess our risks, and we learn to make the right choices for ourselves and our families. The tools we could use have also evolved over that period of time. Vaccines, antiviral treatments are now available. Testing options have become widely available. So that brings us to today. It's time for us to have an honest conversation about COVID and our path forward. And what I'm about to say will sound radical to some, and some, quite frankly, aren't going to like it. But eradicating COVID is not realistic, and COVID-0 is not achievable. But normalizing COVID, or living with COVID, most certainly is. I'm concerned that COVID being the constant topic of conversation and dictating our daily lives will have a negative long-term impact on each of us in this province. It calls for daily government intrusion into people's lives, skepticism regarding anything remotely positive that is related to COVID. This perpetual state of crisis is having a harmful impact on everyone. For example, I heard this recently. I did everything right, and I still got COVID. Well, COVID is a virus. It's a highly transmissible virus that many people are contracting. In its current form, both vaccinated and unvaccinated people are getting it, and they're getting it at virtually the same rate. So to be clear, if you get COVID, you did nothing wrong. It's just impossible for you or anyone to eliminate all of the risk. But here's the positive news. Because now in Saskatchewan, so many people are now vaccinated, and because Omicron seems to be much less severe than previous strains, yes, more people are getting Omicron, but they aren't getting as sick. We may continue to see COVID morph into different variants and forms in the coming months and years, but we need to end the perpetual state of crisis. Recently, we dropped the requirements for close contacts to self-isolate, and you've heard me now many times talk about ending the proof of vaccination system in our province. Other provinces and other countries are also having this very important conversation about how they are going to move forward living with COVID. In the coming days and weeks, the government of Saskatchewan will be taking a number of steps to manage COVID in the same way that we manage other communicable diseases and seasonal viruses that we deal with in our communities each and every year. Dr. Shahab and his team will continue to provide updates on any new emerging issues that may be related to COVID or other public health risks that are affecting our province. And our number one priority will be ensuring that healthcare services will be there and be available for anyone that may require them. So what does this all mean for us? It means COVID is not ending, but government restrictions on your rights and freedoms, those will be ending, and ending very soon. So keep doing what you are doing. Go get vaccinated if you have not yet. While it may not prevent you from getting COVID, it will significantly protect you against getting sick. Use rapid tests from time to time. Stay home if you're not feeling well. Travel, go to work, have dinner with your friends, go to the movies, go to your kids' games, most importantly. You should do all of these things without constantly assessing if your every activity is absolutely necessary. What's necessary is your freedom. What's necessary is getting your life back to normal. And it's time. I want to thank all of you for the sacrifices that you've made over the past 2 years. I know the people of Saskatchewan are ready for these next steps, and you're going to be hearing more details about these next steps in the days ahead. Thank you.